In this video, you'll learn how to configure stair types. You'll see how to configure stair runs, landings, and supports to meet the needs of your projects. You will also learn how to configure multi-story stairs to expedite the process of creating stairs for multi-story buildings. In Revit, there are 3 system families for stairs. When I select a stair, click Edit Type to open the Type Properties dialog, and then expand the Family dropdown, you can see the 3 system families. They are Assembled Stair, Cast and Place Stair, and Precast Stair. For each system family, you can create as many types as needed. The type parameters vary from each system family, but they are all made up of a run type, a landing type, and various supports options. We'll take a look at the assembled stair type here. We'll begin with the run type, and when you click in the run type field, there's a More button, and you can click that button to open the Type Properties dialog for the run type. And here you can see all of the type parameters that make up the run type. For this example, we'll create a new type, and to do that, simply click Duplicate and then enter a new name. For this example, I'll simply remove the last portion here, since we will remove the riser, and then I'll click OK. Now you can define the tread material, the riser material, and then define the treads and the risers, and then there are also identity data and IFC parameters. For the treads, you can choose whether or not to add a tread, and then specify the tread thickness, the tread profile, as well as the nosing length, the nosing profile, and then how to apply the nosing profile. I'll leave those options as they are. And then for the risers, you can choose whether or not to have a riser. You can specify that the riser is slanted, and then control the riser thickness, the riser profile, and then the riser to tread connection option. For this example, I'll deselect riser, and then I'll click OK to create the new run type, as well as specify that run type for our assembled stair type. Next, when you click in the landing type field, you can see there's a More button. And so as you can see here, we're kind of getting a theme. Anytime you see type, you are actually going to be specifying the type for that parameter. So run type, landing type, we can click in the field, click the More button to open the type properties. For landings, you can choose for them to have the same parameters as the run. And when selected, it'll simply use those same parameters. When deselected, then you can specify the treads parameters independently for the landing. For this example, I'll leave same as run selected and then click OK. And we'll leave that as it is. There's several additional parameters you can work with here. We'll focus on some of the main ones that you need to pay attention to. So we'll scroll down here to Supports, and under Supports you can control the right support and left support, and those options are the same. You can choose None, Stringer, which is closed, or Carriage, which is open. For the right support, I'll select Carriage Open, and then the left support, I'll leave that set to Stringer Closed so that we can see the differences. You can then control the right support type and left support type. And once again, you can click in that field and click the More button to open the type properties. You can adjust the type properties for the existing type or duplicate that to create a new type. I will click OK for right now so we can see the differences between the open and closed types. As I orbit around, you can see how those are different there. Let's go back into the type properties. And this time, I'll change the right support to none and the left support to none. And then we'll enable the middle support. And then once again, you can control the type. And for the middle support, you can also control the number. So we can add additional middle supports. I'm going to change it to 2 and then click OK. And now we can see that there is not a left or right support, and we just have 2 middle supports. So as you can see, there are several options to create stair types so that they meet the needs of your project. You can also create multi-story stairs. For this example, I have a stair created on level 1 and it extends from level 1 to level 2. And when I select the stair here in the 3D view, you can see that a contextual ribbon tab appears and there's a multi-story stairs panel. And the tool there is select levels. And when you click select levels, you can then select levels to connect the stair to. As you can see here, connect levels. So simply press Control and then select the levels that you want the stair to extend to. So in this case, I'll select levels 3 through 6, and then I'll click Finish. And when I do, the stair extends all the way from level 1 up to level 6, and it is now indicated as a multi-story stair. One thing that you need to be aware of is the heights between each level. So in this case, we have 12-foot spacing between each level, but if those varied between any levels, then we'd need to rethink how we went about creating that multi-story stair. And so when you use the multi-story stair option, you need to use it between levels that are of the same distance between each other. Otherwise, you would need to create a separate stair on that level if it had a varying height. If you need to make any adjustments, you can select that multi-story stair, and then in the contextual ribbon tab, click Connect, Disconnect Levels, and then you can either connect it to additional levels or disconnect levels. For example, if I click Disconnect Levels and then select level 6 to deselect it, I can then click Finish and remove the multi-story stair from extending to that level.